In order to have a good SMP, you need three things: entertainment, character, and uniqueness. But over the last few years, there's just been a surge of just unoriginal and low-quality SMPs made by children on their parents' laptops. Now any normal person would take inspiration from this and make the next generational SMP that will continue to inspire thousands for the next years to come. But I'm not a normal person. Now, if I want to bully some children, I have to find a server to join first. So I went on YouTube and scrolled for a little bit until I found the most scuffed looking one. Now, most of these SMPs require you to make a video application to join their server, but you know, they can't have that high of standards. I'm just gonna use this video that I put 2 minutes of effort into and post. So after making fun of the moderators for a bit, I was in. But after applying, my video started getting a little bit of attention from the other server members. Somewhat so to the point where like 5 dudes decided to make a cult with me as their leader. I was basically like the new messiah towards these people. Now the server hasn't even started at this point, but yet things were already looking my way. I mean, the team size was kind of against the rules, but since when did rules matter anyways? Also, one of the members typed up an entire oath, so maybe they were getting a little bit too enthusiastic about this, but I'm sure it's fine. Now the server's launch day had arrived, but I was kind of asleep for the first 2 hours, but it's okay because I got on eventually. Now it's finally time for me to log into the server, but this seemed to pose the greatest challenge of them all. Wait, is this man talking? Hello? Is this JDL Plays? I think I'm lagging horribly. Oh jeez, I don't think the server likes me, man. Now you may be thinking that I kept on getting booted from the server because my connection sucks, but I checked the location of the server and I'm actually not too far from it. So I have another theory. They made the server cracked, meaning anyone with a pirated Minecraft account could join. This is because the owner of the Minecraft SMP didn't even own Minecraft itself. This is probably a safety hazard because pirating Minecraft, you can just put in anyone's username, meaning theoretically you can just put in the username of admins and get all their abilities. I'm just kidding, I would never do that. Anyways, I'm pretty sure making the server cracked made my connection go insane, but I got it working after a while. Now it's finally time for me to join the server and meet with some of the cult members and start causing problems on purpose.
What's up?
I got sticks.
No, dot. No, I'm joking.
Bro, why you give all the stuff to him?
I'm Jesus.
Jesus, could you please give me some stuff?
Get on your knees. I need you to beg.
I am on my knees.
Whoa, what do you mean by that? Yeah, how dare you?
No.
Do as he says. Do as he says. Get on your knees now.
Oh.
You killed me.
I'm your enforcer.
Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention is that in the server there's a plugin that gives each player a specific ability that level up for like a certain amount of kills.
Nah, don't hit me again. Nah.
Yeah, come on.
Nah, he's the enforcer.
No, you just gave up.
He did half my health in one hit, in full iron with his face.
Alright, here's your share.
Or
Hey,
am I?
QBMC joined the game. Is he at spawn? I want to jump him. I see him. Here, let's just speak to him first.
Give me a reason why shouldn't I one-shot you with a
he'll one-shot
right
you.
now?
I'll give you like an IOU. I can be.
It wasn't the admin's best interest that people would start farming players for upgrades, but it wasn't the rule list. So it was free game, right? Would you like to become a slave? You have to pledge an oath first.
The union, I will rise. For the union, I will prevail. Bro, what is this?
And after brutally murdering that man, me and the cult members set off to find a place to situate ourselves.
Can you put my items in the chest, please?
It's despawning.
It's despawned, bro.
No.
About to despawn.
No, Clover, your stuff.
Oh no.
It's almost gone.
It's disappearing.
Oh, it actually disappeared. And after a while walking, we found a village that was pretty far from spawn, which would be the perfect place for our base. So we did the first thing that many others would do, which was capture the local civilians and shove them in a hole. Now, the entire time while we were searching for this village, in the far reaches of the world, an alliance was forming to end the cult. But they were also live. So once they realized we were watching this stream, it was too late. We knew everything. And by the end of the day, 2 more rules were added to the list. So I logged off, pleased with the fact that at the moment, we were the most powerful team. But when I logged on the next day, I found that everything that I worked on was gone. And when I asked where all my villages were, they said that the other team had attacked, and while I was gone, destroyed our base. It was at this point when I realized I could get a lot more done if I was just on my own. So I did what any grade leader would do in that situation and just ditch him. Now you may be thinking, dear viewer, that Oh, you can't do that well on your own in a world that already wants to kill you because you're a part of a deadly cult. Well, I was actually prospering. Do you see all these diamonds I was getting? And after gathering some materials, I found a new village that was over 6,000 blocks away from spawn. And in this village within an hour, I turned my lousy iron armor into full Prot 4 diamond. Things at this new village were going great. Mostly.
Bye, have a great time!
Besides that, at the rate at which I was gaining, I was on track to become the most wealthy person on the server within a couple hours. So as long as I stayed in this village and kept on grinding, there was no stopping me. Even though I was only a little bit out the world border, I still had to pack my things and get out of there. I knew things were going way too well for me and I had to be nerfed in some way. So I gathered all my valuables and started walking in the direction of the world border to find another place to call home. Eventually, I found another village, but it was literally on the edge of the world. And only 3 of the houses were actually in the world border, but it was better than nothing, so I decided to stay. At my new location, I dug to bedrock and started clearing a new area for my base. While I was clearing out the area, I thought to myself, you know what a good idea? Figuring out everyone's time zones, compiling them into a spreadsheet, so I know the optimal time to play on the server. But then I also thought to myself, who in their right mind would do that? Anyways, because no one else was on the server, I was able to grind with little distractions. But also, people started wondering where I'd been because it's been a good 2 days since my last human interaction.
You'll want to help me jump WRTMLN for content. I got things to do. Hive Z was slain by
Not only were people wondering where I'd been, some of them were actively searching for me. And my departure from the cult did not help that. But I decided to ignore the fact that a bounty set out for me and decided to focus on another matter. You see, the world border on the server is 5,000 by 5,000 blocks in the overworld. That's 8 times less than the nether. Meaning that the nether is only 1,250 blocks in each direction. Meaning it'd be really easy for me to find other players' portals. So, I decided to go on the hunt. I'm just gonna follow this pathway and see where it leads me. Hopefully it leads me to someone's base where I can, like, kindly just borrow some items. I think I'm just gonna look around. It seems like he went that direction. Alright, let's see if he went any... if I can find any more traces of this man. It doesn't seem like I have any other signs of life. Not too sure. Oh, that hit me straight on. I was thinking about following this guy's pathway, but I think it just ran off a little somewhere. What's wait, that's obsidian. Ah, someone stacked up here. Oh, I found something. Oh, let's see where this takes me. Ah, villagers. Silk touch. Oh, I have to. Menden, fire aspect. Oh? Oh. The Menden books, they got a ton of just swords. And a bunch of axes. For some reason, they have like 28 bells. I'm just gonna steal this. Not only did I find other bases, I also found something that would help me immensely in the future. So I was exploring for a bit, and I may have found the greatest portal. So I come over here and I see this portal, and I'm like, all right, another base. Let's go raid it. And then we end up in this cave. I'm like, oh. We're just in a cave, and I look over here, and it's just a stronghold. Everything's going so perfectly for me right now. Like, you don't even understand. This is exactly what I needed. This saves so much time for me. And I just go over here, and down here we have the portal room. This is great, and I found books as well. Now, why this was so important, I'll explain later. But you may be thinking that if it's so easy to find portals in the Nether, shouldn't I be worried about mine being discovered? And I will admit, my portal wasn't in the most hidden location. But I thought to myself, surely no one will go through it. So I made that trap in the portal room and hid it behind painting, you know, just in case it decided to come back. Anyways, at this point you may be thinking I was stacked enough. But no, I wanted more. And this is because in a couple days the end dimension would be open, and everyone would be stuck in the same location until the dragon was slain. People would be on a rampage to see who would kill the dragon and obtain the only dragon egg on the entire server. And this would be the perfect opportunity for me to absolutely destroy these children in Minecraft. At this point, I was spending hours on the server each day to make sure I had everything I needed for this event. The day inched closer and closer, and I was confident that I was prepared. Sadly, it seems a ship and a clear voyage is never possible. The day before the end fight, disaster struck. I didn't know that you still take fall damage if you land on a boat, even if it's on top of water. Now, I was transporting villagers down into my base, and I had accidentally left one of them still in the water pocket that was supposed to catch my fall. Not knowing this, I jumped down. In a stroke of bad luck, I had moved my bed earlier, resetting my spawn, and spawning me at world spawn, which was over 5,000 blocks away. By the time I got back to my base, it was all gone. My netherite gear and all my tools gone 24 hours before I needed to fight the entire server. Any chance of getting gear on the same level seemed hopeless, and I thought to myself, maybe I should just give up. The kids had bested me. No, I'd not spend weeks preparing to bully children just for me to lose. This impossible task will be overcome by me. The gods have tried to nerf me, but to no avail. I am Sisyphus, and you must imagine me happy. After hours of mining and getting more enchantments, it was done. I had reinstalled my gear and then some, getting even more enchantments on my things. Those kids will never know what hit them. It was finally the day of reckoning, and I started by gathering some last-minute supplies from people's chests. The end fight was minutes away, and I waited patiently for people to start to join up. And I waited. And waited. But it seemed like no one was showing up. Eventually, my one teammate logged on, and we both jumped into the end and started stabbing the one other dude who showed up. And eventually, this dude just logs out mid-fight and takes my retention rate with him. I was thinking about stabbing my teammate, but before I could, he logged out too. And there I was, alone, an event that was supposed to bring an abundance of players. I waited to see if anyone else would join, but no one did. It seemed I too had forgotten the problem with these SMPs. They don't last long. A few hours later, I joined back to see that someone had killed the dragon while I was gone. So, was that it? Did I spend all this time for nothing? I'm not letting this all go to waste. I may not have gone to stab children, but I will not be a loser in this world. I'm leaving, making my mark on the server in one way or another, signifying the end of this journey. As Sun Tzu states in The Art of War, the greatest victory is that which requires no battle. I left for 2 seconds and someone already beat the game. No, we are not having this. I'm just gonna try to make it the most difficult for whoever decides to join us in the end. I'm just gonna make this all a nuisance. I'm going to the spawn. I don't care. I didn't get to bully any children because guess what? There's no children online. I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I'm just gonna make this place hell forever. Whoever decides to join next. And we leave. We leave. We leave.